What's up, you data-hungry Amazon sellers? This is your host, Tommy Berenger of the Sell, Rank, Win podcast from Merchant Words. And in this podcast, we give you the answers to your most burning questions, actionable insights that you can take away and implement into your business today. So let's go ahead and dive right into today's episode. What do you say? Let's go. All right. And he has a glass of wine. That is beautiful. All right. Well, everybody, thank you and welcome to the Sell, Rank, Win podcast. I am your host, Tommy Berenger. And as always, we have a very, very special guest on with us with you today. So my next guest is a serial entrepreneur. He has built 7 $1 million businesses, and he is the CEO of Roar Local, a full-service digital marketing agency. He also is the head of Australia's largest group of Amazon FBA sellers called Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. I dare you guys to say that 5 times fast. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to my man, Neil Asher. Neil, how are you today, brother?
I'm good. Can I start with a question for you?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. So this question will kind of lay the groundwork for the entire podcast. Okay. So if it's good answer, I'm going to give you good shit. If it's not such a good answer, I'm going to kind of hold back. Okay. You ready?
All right.
Here we go. So who is the greatest front man of any band of all time?
Ooh. Who's the greatest man? Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. I'm down with you.
Huh?
Okay, now you get the good stuff.
All right, baby, let's do it. Woo! I'm so glad I answered that correctly. Man, all right, you put me on the spot there. That was good though.
Dude, good on the spot.
Hey, so you ready to dive in or what? Let's give them what they're here for.
I've got kind of like 2 confessions, okay? 2 confessions.
All right.
Confession number 1. I have not looked at your questions. I'm sure they're awesome, but I have not looked at them, okay? Confession number 2.
Makes it better.
I have been drinking. So just going to kind of put that out there. I have a glass of wine. It is not my first. I'm just putting that out there.
It's 9. See, well, Neil, for everyone out there, Neil is in Portugal and I am in, so it is his nighttime and I'm in Los Angeles. So it is my morning. So I have my Starbucks in hand. He has his wine in hand. So I am drinking, but it's caffeine. And he is drinking some vino there, it looks like.
I did actually see Tommy just a little bit earlier, just kind of sneak a little shot of whiskey into his coffee, a little morning thing he puts in there.
Hey, shh. Don't tell anybody. Only Blue Label. Only Blue Label. Oh,
all right,
this is a good time.
What do you got for me? Let's see if I can run amok in your podcast.
All right. Well, let's see. All right. So, I mean, Neil, let's go ahead and get started and just tell everyone out there, how did you start getting selling on Amazon? How'd you start?
All right, cool. Well, embarrassing story. Let's start with one of them. Because you got the Freddie Mercury answer correct, let's give you some embarrassing stuff. All right. So, embarrassing story. I used to be an affiliate marketer back in the day. Actually, Amazon was my biggest kind of affiliate deal that I had. And that was back in the day where you could just kind of run Google AdWords and it would just make you a fortune. And it was not uncommon to make a significant amount of money in a month. And I was doing very, very well. Anyway, so I did very, very well as an affiliate marketer. Decided I was going to get onto Amazon. I had a couple of my friends selling on Amazon. And they were like, Neil, you're a good marketer. You'll kill it on Amazon. I was like, of course, I'm a friggin' genius at marketing. I'll be awesome at Amazon. I'll be excellent. I'll be the best Amazon seller ever. And so I got onto Amazon and my wife was like, are you sure about this? I was like, yeah, it's cool. Don't worry, darling. I've got this. We'll have the house in the Hamptons before you know it. So I was kind of doing my thing and I got some products up. Didn't really know what I was doing, but I was kind of applying all this affiliate marketing stuff, what I'd learned. And it was an unmitigated disaster. Like literally, I lost all of my initial capital investment. It was terrible. I went in there thinking my farts didn't stink, and I left feeling like I suck at marketing. I'm bound. This is it. I'm done. The whole thing's done. So that was my inauspicious start into Amazon. It's very, very rubbish, let me tell you.
Well, it's all good. You fail, you live, and you learn, right? So I'm sure you made some adjustments along the way after you failed miserably. It sounds like, right?
Yeah.
So So you're doing pretty good for yourself now. So I mean, what adjustments did you make when going back in?
Well, from the affiliate marketing stuff, you could be the worst marketer in the world back then and still make money as an affiliate marketer because you could buy traffic so cheaply. So it's like, you know, I used to sell something called the Crazy Frog ringtone. And anybody listening in Europe or the UK will know exactly what that shit's all about. I used to sell that online and we were doing very, very well from it. I was doing Amazon stuff, doing very well from it. Basically, all we did was just do a load of traffic. Back then, you could buy clicks on Facebook for 2 cents a pop. You could buy
Wow.
clicks on Google for 5 cents a pop. You could buy clicks on the content network as it was back then for a third of a cent. Like, it's pretty hard to mess it up when you can buy traffic that cheap. You know what I mean? It's pretty hard to kind of screw it up.
The
So
good old days. Jeez.
the good old days. So yeah. So what happened was I reassessed everything, took a kind of step back, and thought about my customers. And because prior to that, I was an affiliate marketer, hired gun. I didn't really give a rat's ass about customers. I was there to what was the best offer, what could I make the most money from as an affiliate, what would give me the maximum amount of money, the most amount of sports cars for the limited amount of money and time that I was putting into it. That was the entire MO, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to lie to you. You've had the Freddie Mercury question answered correctly. So I'm going to give you the truth.
Beautiful. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. So do you sell exclusively in Australia or do you
No, no.
sell all over? So okay, tell us a bit about that after you sip that vino. There
Mm.
you go.
All right, so where am I selling? So Jesus. I'll tell you a funny story. Remind me to tell you the Japan story, okay? So where I sell is obviously in Australia. I sell in Australia. I sell in the US of A. I also sell in Canada, which I like saying Canada. One of our ex-politicians, a guy called Tony Abbott, went to Canada, said it's so good to be here in Canada, and it was just a classic moment. Anyway, so Canada, sell in Canada. I also sell in Mexico. I sell in the Europe. Of course, I don't sell in England anymore because that sucks. Now it's the Brexit. No, I still sell in England. So I sell in England as well. Europe, Germany, France, Spain. I sell in India. Do very, very well in India.
Okay.
I think that's kind of it. Yeah, I think that's
So
it.
okay. Awesome. 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 I did not know you sold in all those places. So
Dude, everywhere,
this leads
everywhere.
me to now.
My
Okay,
wife,
where
my wife relentlessly, my
go
wife
ahead.
relentlessly takes the piss out of me because we travel a lot. Okay, so we travel all these countries, and we'll go to a country, and I'll be like, "Honey, this is awesome. I love it here," and she'll be like, "Let me guess, you want to start a business?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"How did you know? Of course, I want to start a business."
Hey, as serial entrepreneurs, right? I mean, that's how we think. So where are you seeing the lowest cost per clicks in your
Oh,
Amazon PPC campaigns over all of those, and the best ROI? You know, in all of those marketplaces.
yeah, because who really gives a frick about lowest PPC? That doesn't really matter. Who cares about that? That's for beginners. Let's not talk about beginner shit. So where am I getting where do you get the most bang for your buck? Where can you make the most
Exactly.
money? Where can you
That's what
make
I'm
the
getting
most
at.
money?
That's what
Yeah,
I'm getting.
that's a better question. So well, you really depending on the category that you sell in, you can do extremely well in India, but it is a monumental pain in the ass to start selling there because of their bureaucracy. It kind of moves at this kind of glacial pace. So once you're up and running, freaking awesome. Like,
Okay.
you can do really, really well, especially selling products from outside of India into India because they're like, all our Indian products suck. We don't want any of them. We want to buy things from outside of India. So
Okay.
you sell them things outside of India and they love that sort of stuff. Okay. So India does very, very well. I guess it's the new markets that I've gone into that are doing as far as like ROI goes. It's the new markets that are doing very well, very well. So Australia also very good, but the volume, depending on the category, is kind of shit.
Yeah.
But it's a growing
'Cause that's what
marketplace.
we're seeing in merchant words too. Is I mean, there's lower there's huge volume in India.
Yeah,
Huge.
it's massive.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just recently found out, thanks to Merchant Words, actually, that Japan's like the second biggest marketplace now.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want my hilariously funny Japanese story?
Okay.
All right. So this is on the back of some success in Amazon. Okay. And I'm thinking, I've nailed this. I've got this Amazon shit down pat. I know what I'm doing in Amazon. I can kill it anywhere. So we go to Japan, and we start a business there, and we start selling some products. And I go, okay, I'm just going to sell what I know is going to crush it, and that is skincare. So in Japan, they're obsessed with skincare. Specifically, they all want this kind of brightening skincare. Okay, so we think we're going to put together a brightening product. We're going to have it manufactured in Switzerland. So we get our product manufactured in Switzerland. We'll pump it on the back of the fact that it's manufactured in Switzerland. And so we'll sell it for Japanese. It's a Swiss product. Switzerland's got all this wonderful branding about the country that's happened, for eons. So we'll sell it on the back of that. And so we go in, I get this translator to translate all the listing for us, all the packaging for us. And she's done an awesome job. We've got this great product designer putting all the packaging together. He's done an awesome job. I'm like, man, we're going to absolutely nail it. We launch, zip, like worse than zip, nothing, like not even sales. You know what I mean? I'm like, shit.
Well, what do you think happened there? Why did you not have success there when you thought you were going to have so much success with all of the strategies moving forward?
Well, turns out that the search terms that we had come up with all around brightening products and things like that, there's actually another word in Japanese which looks very, very similar, but means something very, very different. And that word, for like, it's a colloquial term for brightening that they use, but it's very, very close to their word for feces. And we had used their term for feces on all of our packaging, on all of our marketing. Come and rub this shit all over your face.
Oh my goodness!
I kid you not. And and it took a customer to contact us and say, I think she said to us, I think somebody's played a joke on you. And we were like, oh, they must have done. But no, they hadn't. We were just idiots. Because actually that word means feces on your face. And we're like, oh, right.
Wow.
That's why it's not working so well.
Well, there we go. My goodness. Yeah, I would not want to rub feces on my face. That's for sure. So did you eventually change out that listing, the keywords, and then did it start selling well? What happened there?
We had to take that because obviously, you can't sell shit in Japan. They don't like that, apparently. So we had to take it all out. We basically had to just because the way that we'd put together the product, we'd screen printed directly onto the bottles to make it a high quality product. Switzerland product had to be high quality. So we had to dump all the product, basically. I mean, it was just a complete shit fight, to say, to coin the phrase. So yeah, it wasn't a good experience, but I've since had success in Japan. It's a great market. I love it there.
Good. Yeah, that's awesome that you're all over the world. I love talking with other sellers that have, knowledge across all of the different markchanges. That's awesome.
I wouldn't say knowledge, Tommy. I think that's a stretch of the truth here. Experience.
Yes. All right. I'll change that out. There you go. So, Neil, you are known as somewhat of a marketing genius, right? So I want to know if you have any marketing strategies from that you're applying now that maybe are working outside of Amazon, driving outside traffic, things like that. Is there anything you can share regarding just in marketing as under the marketing umbrella, but into the Amazon world?
Yeah. Okay. Who does this podcast go out to? Like, what's the sort of quality of the people that this podcast goes to?
Oh, we have Fortune 500 brands listening to this. We have smaller sellers. We have big Amazon brands listening to this. All Amazon focused, Amazon seller focused.
So good people, not assholes.
No, absolutely good people. Always good people.
All right. So, look, one thing that we have found a huge amount of success with, and I'm always mindful of kind of sharing tips like this because there's a whole raft of back end stuff that has to go into the product, and you have to assume that you're actually selling something that people want, and you put together a great listing and that kind of crap. But given that your listeners have done a good job of putting things together and they know how to go about picking products properly and they find something that customers actually want to buy, then the next problem to solve is how do you get as much traffic as possible to that listing? That's the next problem to solve. Yeah. And so you guys do an awesome job. Merchant Words does an awesome job of helping people with the search terms and stuff like that. And so Amazon PPC, I'm going to leave that alone. So let's talk about, especially now that Amazon's just updated its algorithm. They've just done that recent update. So now they are hugely prioritizing outside traffic. So one thing that was not working at all that has, I mean, it's Friday, the 29th of January when we record this. And this is from Tuesday morning. This suddenly started working. So that's how kind of recent that is. It was kind of like, it was working a little bit, but not really like it is working now. Anyway, so enough kind of fucking build up. Let's talk about what it was. So what it was we were doing Propeller Ads, which is a network, PPV network. There's a couple of different ones out there. You can choose whatever you want to do, but this was solely in USA, Australia, Canada, UK. We're also running this strategy. Okay, so those 4 different marketplaces. And what we're doing, we were taking YouTube videos, and then because we were getting a lot of traction with YouTube videos, it was like an incredible, crazy good strategy. Not just in those marketplaces, but in all marketplaces, our YouTube.
Like creating how-to videos and driving traffic from there to your
No. So more like nuclear kind of bomb style testimonial. Here's a beautiful woman, whatever it was.
Got it.
Typically a beautiful woman using the product, and then here's how she was using it, and that would be a great kind of intro into that on a YouTube video. Okay. One of our videos had 17 million views, for instance, on YouTube. It was just doing insane amount of stuff.
Nice.
And it was mostly just I can't really say that on this podcast. I have to be so careful what I say. Anyway, so Propeller Ads, and we were doing a Propeller Ads thing. I'm trying to keep this kind of safe for work.
Safer. Okay, go ahead.
Safe for work without
just give us what
too much and talking about other things too much. Anyway, so Propeller Ads. What we would do is, the way that YouTube algorithm works is it works like all algorithms. Like if you are getting no traffic at all, then you are not rewarded and you kind of stay where you are. And it works like Amazon on a 7-day rolling scale. Like if in any 7-day period you get good traffic and you pick that up and your sales are increasing, then your rank will increase commensurately with that, given that you're able to beat out any competing products and usurp them as far as actually what they're selling. Okay.
Right.
So YouTube's algorithm works in a lot the same way, but obviously that works on views and length of views. So what we were doing was running PPV campaigns, which is a pop under campaign. And the pop under was our YouTube video, not because we want anybody to actually watch it from the pop under, because who the hell wants to see a pop-up? Who gives a shit about a pop-up? Everybody's immediately getting out of the pop-up. But what it did was increase the number of viewers and increase the length of time that video was played on YouTube. Okay, you with me?
Yes.
So what happened then was YouTube then went, holy shit, this is pretty cool. This must be a popular video that a lot of people like. And we're also sending indirect traffic to YouTube as well, because there's 3 different forms of traffic on YouTube. We're sending indirect traffic to YouTube. And as a result of that, they would place our YouTube video higher in their own SERPs. Okay, so they in the search engine results page, they place it higher in that. And then that would mean more organic search traffic, which then led to higher sales for the Amazon store. So that works really, really well. So the network we're using.
So you're driving strictly from YouTube then? You're not doing any Facebook ads, any other outside traffic?
No. This is like one little piece of the puzzle. We're doing all sorts of shit. But that's like one thing that just started working on Monday. And so I thought I'd share some brand spanking new stuff with you.
That is awesome. That is a value nugget right there. That's a value bomb right there, Neil. Thank you so much for that. I mean, there we could probably have a whole separate podcast just on that type of stuff. But I mean, that's a good little nugget right there. That and now what I wanted to ask is, because you alluded to the new algorithm change, and then the a lot of people don't know about this, and I don't know if this is just something in the Amazon seller community that they're calling it the A10 now, but I don't know if Amazon actually calls it the A10 or not. But anyways, it was an iteration to their A9 algorithm, which now they are rewarding more outside traffic. So if you're sending Facebook ads or YouTube ads or something, you're driving outside traffic to your Amazon listing, then they're going to reward you. They're going to see, hey, these guys are sending some traffic to our listings on Amazon. They're making us money, so let's reward them in the rankings. And I heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, and I want to see your take on this, is that I heard that they're now actually prioritizing that over their actual internal PPC campaigns.
Yeah, interesting. I think they are. I'm going to start by saying screw Facebook. Facebook are assholes. I hate those guys. They don't let us talk about what we want to talk about in our community, so screw those guys. I'm going to say, if you're looking to get a shitload of traffic to your Amazon store and to utilize that traffic to make more sales, there's a lot better places you can run your ads. Quora, for instance, has been an incredible.
The the spell that again, because I heard of that. It's Quora, right?
Exactly that. Yeah. Quora.com has been an incredible source of traffic for us. And the good thing is, you can.
And too, that traffic's a lot cheaper than anywhere else.
Facebook traffic is ludicrously expensive. Unless you're in like a third world, like Uzbekistan, Tajikistan kind of country, then you can get good traffic in Facebook. Outside of those kind of third world countries, it's crap. Much better off using something else like Quora, like YouTube, like Propeller.
Let me stop you. Let me stop you right there. This is good stuff. So with Quora, walk me through, like for beginners, how would you set something up in Quora and then drive over to your Amazon listing? Give me something like a step 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever.
All right. So, well, this is all prefaced on the fact that you have put together a good product. So, I mean, we could start with that, but you put together a good product. It's a product that the marketplace wants. You're not just trying to sell some piece of shit Me Too product that you're going to compete with some Chinese sellers on. You've actually thought about it. You've thought about your customers, and you've considered who the hell your customers are, and you've put together your product based on that unique person. Okay. Given that that's all in place, which is not a given for most people on Amazon, but given that's all in place, then it operates a lot like kind of a hybrid between, if you've ever done any advertising on Bing, for instance, if you ever run any Bing ads, the interface is a lot like that. If you ever use LinkedIn traffic, LinkedIn's amazing for business kind of stuff. Then it's a hybrid of those two kind of UXs, and it's a very, very similar platform. But you can run 3 different kinds of things on Quora. The only thing you want to worry about, the only thing you want to do, that if you're a beginner, there's more complex stuff, but you kind of need to cut your teeth and get your chops dirty first, lose some money first, is to go ahead and do what really amounts to an in-stream ad. So just like on Facebook, you see an in-stream ad. Just like on LinkedIn, you see an in-stream ad. All these kind of social platforms, they show you an ad and they kind of cover it up with a tiny little sponsored thing somewhere in the ad. So you don't really know it's an ad, but it's an ad. And so you can put your advert onto different platforms. If you're doing any Reddit ads, which if you haven't, you should. Reddit's another awesome channel to go out of. There's a whole conversation we can have about that. But if you've done any Reddit ads, you'll see how that works. And it just kind of shows in the stream, okay? And most people don't realize, but Quora gets a shitload of traffic. Like heaps and heaps and heaps of people are using that platform. There's a whole subgenre of people who only use that platform as their social media platform.
Are you seeing Quora? Are you driving traffic from there to all of your different listings across all different marketplaces, or is it like Quora only works in the US or Quora only works in India?
Dude, you are pumping me for information. This is not
Hey, that's why I got my people listening. I got my people listening. I need to give them the good stuff, Neil. Come on.
Oh my God, you are a relentless interviewer. Holy shit. Hold on. Okay. So where are we doing with that? So depends on the country, which is interesting in and of itself. However, we've got two different strategies we run. We either run direct to Amazon. Sorry, so we go directly to the Amazon ad. I don't know if I've got a bug in my head about Facebook. Directly to the Amazon ad, or we go through a landing page, which is basically a replication of our Amazon product details page, and we send them to it that way. So depending on the particular marketplace, we send them that way. So if we're going into the USA, we always go landing page. We always go landing page because the conversion rates on our pages gets killed otherwise. And in the USA, your unit session percentage, your conversion rates on page is absolutely a critical metric to make sure you keep high. So we always go landing page. We tell everybody what it is. Like, here's all the stuff. Here's some reviews. Here's the price. Like, you know everything. And then if you want to click through, boom, we've got you. If you don't want to click through, we haven't messed up our conversion percentages on page. So
and everybody who's listening out there, I mean, this is some really good value bombs that Neil is dropping. And I'm gonna, at the end of this podcast, I'm gonna get Neil to give you his information so you can reach out to him to maybe he can help you. You know,
don't reach out to me, for goodness sake. I'm already busy.
Bother him. Bother this man.
Don't come to me and ask me questions. Don't listen to this man.
All right, so that's awesome stuff, Quora, because that's interesting to me as well. So that's some
Quora is great, Tommy.
Super good stuff.
It's a really great platform. Most people,
okay.
The thing is, what you want to find is you want to find platforms where people are using them, and they almost use them, and they're like hypnotized when they're using them. They don't really think about, holy shit, I wonder how many other people are using this platform. You know what I mean? Like, they're not really thinking that way. And Quora is one of those kind of platforms where you can get a ton of great traffic because you can really target in. It's another platform like those bastards at Facebook where they've got a shitload of information about the user. People are asking questions about it. You can know with some certainty. That's probably one of your. That was my phone. Probably one of your listeners already calling me.
I already texted my listeners your phone number.
What is that propeller ads thing again? What are you talking about? No. I actually answered that phone. They heard all of that then. They're probably thinking, who's this crazy person? Anyway, so it's a great platform because of that. And the propeller ads as well. That's using that platform in a much different way to so it's one of those platforms where people they know it's there. They've all seen pop unders and they think, well, they're just annoying.
When you say pop unders, you mean like a pop-up, right?
Well, it's no. It's like a pop under is something that is like when you go to a web page and it's you're looking at the web page and then you click away from the web page, you close the window and there's another window there. Typically, that's a cam girl. I'm sure you know about this, Tommy. That's a cam girl behind there from Live Jasmine. Apparently, you're one of their big users. I don't know about any of that. Anyway, so
fake news. Fake news.
All that pop-up stuff. That's normally what they run the campsites. All that allegedly, I don't know. That's something what Tommy was talking about earlier. So they do that, and the reason that works so well is because it's just another thing to click off of. Okay, and so most people think that's useless. How the hell does anybody make any money from that? Well, turns out you can make money from it if you use it in a kind of oblique way to game another system, YouTube's algorithm, based on what you're seeing from that particular thing. So you can use those pop unders, which are irritating, which nobody really pays any attention to, but you can use them to game YouTube's algorithm where people do pay attention and people are watching and are engaged. So you can use the one to game the other. And that's kind of a cool thing to do.
Okay, man. Oh, man. Neil, we need to have another podcast for sure. I mean, you're giving us
I'm not coming on any more of your podcasts. You ask way too many questions.
Forcing you.
I give too much information. It's the alcohol. That's all I'm going to blame for.
All right, Neil. So we're going to wrap up this podcast. And at the end of every podcast, we like to give our listeners one tip or trick that they can take away after listening to this. At the end, you can give to them either in their business or in their life. What is one big takeaway other than all the others you've given to us that you can give to us, like at a high level for them right now?
Okay, a great tip, which will no doubt get me into trouble, but this is a great tip, okay? All those other software out there that tell you that they can help you pick a product to sell on Amazon, it's bullshit. You should not use software to pick products to sell on Amazon. That will put you amongst a whole amount of pain competing with other people who do exactly the same thing. You don't want to do that. Merchant Words is awesome because they don't focus on that sort of shit. What they focus on is awesome data. Give me quality data, and then I can use that data to make educated decisions about what I'm going to sell. That's why, for me, Merchant Words is the best. The guys are great. I love what they do. They tolerate me, which is amazing. And because of that, I've got to, it's all good with them. But don't use traditional software. I can't mention any names. Helium 10. I can't mention any names at all to do anything at all. Just know though, if you're using those softwares to pick products, you're going to lose on Amazon. That's not going to work.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
That's a great tip, Neil. And thank you for the love on that. I promise I didn't tell Neil to say that, but he loves us. And of course, we love to have him on. We love you, Neil. And can we give out some contact information? Is that all right? Do you maybe a Twitter handle, Instagram handle, email?
Okay.
Where can people contact you if they want your services?
Firstly, I'm going to say this. I only want Australians in my training program because I find that Aussies are brilliant. All right. So nothing about Americans who suck. Nothing about that. Okay. I'm just going to say the Aussies are awesome.
I'm American. All right.
I did not know that, Tommy. I thought you were from Canada. I was like, isn't Tommy a Canadian?
Still love you, Neil. Still love you.
No, I'm just messing about with him. All right. So how can you get in touch? Go to AussieOnlineEntrepreneurs.com.au. Probably the easiest thing to do, though, is go and check out our YouTube channel. We give away a heap of great information on there. I'm usually drunk when I'm doing the video, so they can be a little haphazard. You'll find that's actually a thing with me, being quite drunk when I do things.
As you are now.
Well, relatively now. On my way to being there. Yeah. So go to YouTube and go search for us, Aussie Online Entrepreneurs. Find us that way. You'll get heaps of free content from us that way.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Neil. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. We know that you are a very busy guy, so I just want to thank you so much for coming on the podcast. And till next time, we will do this again. And I appreciate you,
dude. If I'm coming on again, I'm asking questions. Firstly, and secondly, I'm not going to let you ask me any of those questions where you make me give away heaps of stuff I normally charge for.
All right. Well, Neil, thank you so much again. And we will see you on the next one. I hope to have you guys on again, or have you on again.
Tommy, thanks so much, man. I truly appreciate the opportunity. I love Merchant Words. It's made such a massive difference to my life. I couldn't do what I do without it. And it's because of Merchant Words that I'm able to keep my lovely, lovely wife in nice handbags, my kids in nice schools, and myself in nice cars.
Awesome. That's so awesome to hear, Neil. Thank you. And I'm so glad that we're at Merchant Words are delivering that big value to you as well for your business. That's awesome.
Thanks, appreciate that, man. Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks so much. All right. Thank you guys so much for listening. And if you got any value out of this podcast at all, please let us know at the place that you listen to it at, whether it be iTunes, Stitcher, whatever it is. Give us some love, give us an awesome review, and let us know maybe some things you want us to talk about on the next podcast. Until next time, guys, stay awesome and be awesome.